Good day. Oh, what a day. Oh, we have cookies. I forgot we have cookies. Morning, afternoon. Welcome to the show. Try to open a bottle of water with one hand. How's everybody doing today? Flip this around here. Hey, all right. I want to start out by saying, hey, we're back. Instagram, having some fun. And also, for those of you guys that were hoping for a video today on YouTube, so was I. Had a emergency last night and was not able to edit a video. So hopefully we'll be able to do something tonight. Hopefully, I'm not going to promise anything. There's a good chance. How are you doing over there, buddy?
Yo, good, man.
Hey, I'm doing a build, and I'm using a DM810. I also want to use an epicenter. Where does the epicenter go in the chain? Depends on who you talk to is really the answer to that. I personally like to, whatever the source unit is, into my DM810. Then come out of the DM810 for whatever channel I'm going to use for my subwoofer, leave the crossover off, so I'm getting a full range output, go into my epicenter, and then out of my epicenter into my subamp and use the crossover on the subamp. That's my workflow. Audio control, if you're using a source unit that has RC outputs, does say you can go source unit epicenter into the 810, and then whatever channel that's attached to, pass that throughout to the subwoofer. So it's up to you as far as which way you do it. My way works with if you're going to do Tosh Link, if you're going to be doing high level to low level, or if you're going to be doing RCAs. Theirs only works if you're doing RCAs. So that's kind of the caveat there. So I hope that answers it. Did you have a good night last night?
Yeah.
You had a better night than I did.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah. No.
I think everyone had a better night than Haley.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, Haley had a thing last night, and wasn't pretty. Wasn't pretty, but she's recovering now. So, yeah, little trip to the ER. Actually, a big trip if you think about it.
Oh, that's like a big trip.
Yeah, it was a big trip to the ER last night. Yeah, she's damaged. Wasn't a car accident, it was soccer. So it's so funny too. All the pain in her life is from soccer. Mm-hmm. It's so strange. But when she's able to come on, I'll let her come on. She's in recovery right now. She very bad surgery this morning. So yuck. On an LS430, if I change the radio and keep the Mark Levinson amp, would it be okay to change the speakers on the amp, or do I need to change the amp to, and how do you remove those dash speakers? Those dash tweeters. So yeah, it's kind of an all or nothing thing. You can replace the radio, keep the amp, but you can't replace the radio, keep the amp, replace the speakers. As far as getting those speakers out of the dash, boy, let me tell you what, it sucks. I mean, sucks bad. It's like a 2-3 hour process. If you don't want to take the dash out, the passenger one is a little bit easier to get to, but the driver's one is a nightmare. You got to remove the gauge cluster, and you got to do some I've only managed to get them out once, and it was just because I was like, I'm taking these speakers out once and for all, and it really wasn't worth it. But no, it's a very hard process. Go slow, take your time. I don't think there's anyone that has documentation on how to get those out. You might be able to find somebody, but it's one of the hardest speakers to get out. How's everything? Is it okay? Good day. Hello. How's everybody? Just use y'all's DNF tool drawer link for a big order. Thank you so much. That helps pay the bills, so thank you. You could tell them what Haley did. She approves. Okay, so last night, Haley was playing soccer. She went up for a header. Headed the ball. Beautiful header. Even her former coach, now teammate, was like, oh my God, that was like the best header ever. She came down on her left arm. As soon as she hit the ground, she's like, oh, expletive. I broke my arm. Luckily, our good friend Clarissa, who's been on the Boring Life of Dean and Haley a couple times, was there. Took her to the hospital, meet her at the hospital, spent the night in the ER. This morning she got up. Or this morning they operated on her. They had to put pins and all that fun stuff in her arm because she broke both the bones here, and one of them kind of poked through the skin. Not full like gore movie type thing, but just enough to where it's concerning because anytime you break the skin, the bone exposed, all that nonsense. So had a 2-hour surgery this morning to have Humpty Dumpty put back together. So that's why you didn't get a video today. And you may not get one tomorrow. However, visiting time ends early, so if I can get home and get one made, that'd be awesome. But yeah, so that's been the worried parent syndrome all morning, all night. So I know you guys have been through that. So some of you have, and it sucks. Nothing like seeing your kid in a hospital bed. It's got to be like the worst feeling ever. Would you agree, Fernando?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. To see him broke and just sitting there, it's like, oh my God. Yeah, it's terrible. What do you think about the new Alpine Type R speakers? I'm holding out hope right there because they look real sexy, they feel nice, they look good. I've gotten some positive feedback from other dealers. One person in particular, Mr. Jeff Smith, said he did some the other day and he absolutely loved them. So no, I'm keeping hope alive. We have a job scheduled sometime here in the future. We're going to be putting in something, I think a Mustang. I think we have a Mustang planned here in the next couple months that we're going to be doing those in. So we'll probably film that. We were going to film this today. This is a Challenger. Sorry, this is a Challenger. It's Fernando's dream car. And the plan was to film this because it's one of those cars that every time I think it's bad luck at this point. Because every time we go to film one of these, something happens and we can't film it. Today, obviously, Haley in the hospital, doing all that. And this was a great one because this was a 911. And he's already fixed all of the stuff. There's not even much to talk about. I mean, I can kind of talk about what happened. And this was one of those things where it was like they did it right, but then they didn't do it right, which was just like, why? So, for example, it's a Chrysler. It's got a Harman Kardon system. They used an Amp Pro. 2 points. Okay? But then it got weird. So then they took a JL 5-channel amp. But it's like, wait a minute, you have a Harman Kardon system, and you just want a straight 5-channel amp. That's a red flag, because you have this system that is DSP, EQ'd, center channel, whole 9 yards, and you think you're going to do a 5-channel amp on that. It's like, all right, well, what is the plan? Maybe if you're going to do a front stage upgrade, okay, I can kind of see that. But then you got the center channel to deal with. So the center channel is always going to cause a problem. So if you're not going to re-amplify that or figure out a way to somehow integrate it, you have to remove it. Which you could do with an Amp Pro, no problem. But not with a 5-channel amp, because there's no DSP either. So they weren't bringing anything. They were really, it's like taking all the DSP and EQ out, throwing it to the curb, and just throwing some stuff in here, and it's louder. But they didn't even do that. So then they kept the 3.5s in the dash and the center channel off of the factory amplifier, which you can do with an Amp Pro, which is really cool. Like if you're going to keep rear and maybe do sub. They put JLs in the dash, which was kind of like, okay. And then they put something in the rear door. But then they took the 5-channel amp, and the only thing they amplified was the 2 front door speakers and something in the rear. We don't know what yet, because all the speakers in the rear are blown except for one of these little side speakers. So it was like, what were you thinking? All right, so what are we thinking? We now brought in to Band-Aid this and make it sound better. Obviously, the first choice was, we could just put it back to factory, because he was really disappointed, and he was like, but no, I want it louder. It's like, okay, plan B. Plan B is put a DSP in the car. So we're taking out the Amp Pro, and we're going to go AR. So we're going to do a Rockford 360 in here. That'll solve the problem of the DSP.
DSR1.
So what did I say?
360.
Did I say a 360?
Yeah.
Wow, that is so weird. Anyways, we're going to do a DSR1. I don't know why I said 360. Anyways, we're going to do the Rockford DSR1, AR connected. So we'll get our DSP back in here, which will be wonderful. And then we're going to go with all new Kenwood components around. So we'll have 6x9s, 3.5s, 6.5-inch coaxials in the rear. So we are going to keep the 5-channel amp, because our budget is not crazy. And then you never really put a sub in here. They actually tried to amplify the rear sub and the rear deck. So we're taking that out, and we're going to put a real sub in here, because I really want bass. So that's the plan for this, and that's how we're going to fix it. Right now, I take that back. They were supposed to have put speakers in the bottom of the door. Hold on. They didn't. Okay, so we got factory speakers in the bottom of the door. So we got JLs there. And this is what the discovery part of the installation is when you're doing a 911 is figuring out what is actually there, what isn't actually there. I hope she has a speedy recovery. I do too. She's excited and also bummed. She finally gets to be in a wedding. Sorry, we're talking about Haley again. I apologize. She finally gets to be in a wedding, and she's going on a cruise next weekend. And so it was like, she was really worried whether or not she's get to go. I know it's like, your arm is broke, but I'm worried if I get to go on a cruise. And his doctor's like 99% sure, because she's not going to the beach or anything like that. We're going to get wet. She's like, I'm pretty sure you'll be okay. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Family first. Always. Always. You have to. And she let me come in today, because I asked her, I said, is it all right if I go in for a couple hours, help Fernando? And she's like, yeah, go ahead. So, plus she was tired. Prayers for a speedy recovery. Wishing her a speedy recovery. What year Challenger? Do we know what year this is?
I have no idea.
I haven't looked yet. I was getting ready to flash the module through the 3-step process. This is a 17. So 17. So it has the 8-inch screen in the dash, which at some point I'm sure we'll be replacing because, the liquid crystal and those will all go to crap. Recommendations for DSP amp combo for B&O F-150. Think Morel Tempo Ultra 392 front. Maximal coaxial rear door. Sub to be determined. Wish her a speedy recovery. B&O system. So you have 3 interfaces right now that are currently available. 3. You have the Zen A to B, which is available. You have the Amp Pro, which just came out. And then you have the Metra, which has the DSP built into it. The AR version of it that you could use, let's say, it's kind of going to work like an Amp Pro, isn't available yet. But all of those give you RC outputs. At that point, it's just a matter of what do you want to do. It's an F-150. I would recommend some form of a 6-channel amp so that you could go tweeter, mid, and rear, and then something for the sub. So, one of our favorite combinations is like we do a lot of the audio controlled D6 1200 with the 1.800, depending on the subs. However, you have a lot of options now with Audison has the new Forza series. It has DSP built into it, really super sexy. Arc Audio, of course, has the Blackboard. And then you have Helix, of course, that makes the 8 channels. They also make a 6-channel. Actually, the Helix makes the M. Do you know what it's called? The M. Hold on, I have it written down. It's one of the systems I'm really anxious to do because it's really cool. Hold on. Anyways, I don't know where I put it, but Helix makes their 6-channel. I'm sorry, it's the M6. They make the M6 and the M1. Very similar price to the audio control. It's very similar. The difference between the two, which is really why I'm looking forward to doing the Helix, is that if you do either the Zen A to B or the pack piece, the Amp Pro, they have Toshlink output. So the difference between like an audio control and the Helix is that the Helix, as well as the Audison Forza, those can all do Toshlink input. I know I say it funny, it's okay. So I can do digital into that. The disadvantage of that, because there's one disadvantage, and that disadvantage is if you have front sensors and backup sensors, you will now only have left and right sensors because it doesn't have the ability to do front to rear fade. So if that's an important thing to you, stick with RCAs. If it's not an important thing to you and you're like, I just want the cleanest signal I can get, there you go. And they all go in the back, which is really nice. If you hadn't seen it also, I know you're still determined on the subwoofer depending on what you want to do. When you go with the bigger amps, it does take up room, but you still have some of that room underneath the seat. That's the other thing I'm looking forward to with the Helix as well as the Audison, is that they're long and skinny, so the wires are out the ends, not out the bottom. And Sounds Good of Tennessee just came out with their new behind-the-seat subwoofer enclosure. So I think it's like either an 8 or a 10. Either way, a lot of guys ask, like, hey, I want my under seat. So they just came out with their box for that. So Sage and the boys just came out with that new box. So that might be something to check out too. But there's still a lot of room because if you remove the amp, it's a decent amount. They just posted pictures on their Instagram page, I think. So that's pretty cool. If you're thinking about like trying to keep that under seat space. Now, if you want to go full crazy, well, then, Foxbox. Or if you want to go pretty, they're going to, Sound Good guys can help you with that as well as MTI. Hey, I'm running dual alternators on my truck. One AGM battery and one lithium. Run separately. Thoughts on why my alternator is giving too many volts to the lithium? Ooh. And I am not the guy to ask that question to, unfortunately. Yeah, that's not my thing. I would reach out to the company that sold you the alternator, unless it's just a factory one. In that case, I'd still maybe talk to the McMahon guys and see if they could help you, even though, but that's well outside my wheelhouse, so I'm not even gonna touch that one. No DSP, damn dinosaurs. Yeah, I know. So it was like, why did you take the DSP out of this? Only to just totally, stupid. Would you agree, Fernando?
Oh, yeah.
For the LS430 on the Beat Sonic, does the kit retain the factory amp? Yes, and that's all it does. And it retains it very uniquely. It's different. It is different. That's one of those weird cars, man. It really is. I mean, you can make those cars sound really, really good. But yeah, it's a hit or miss. You might also want to check, like, if you don't want to go full crazy, like replacing all the speakers, like if the speakers are just dry rotted but they play, some of those they do make reconing kits for, or resurrounding kits. So just the surround dry rots, and there's a couple guys out there that sell the surround. So you can take the speakers out for like $10-20. You can buy the surround and re-glue it on and fix the speaker. Because most of the time those speakers aren't blown, it's just the surround is gone. So somebody sells the surround kit for it. Because this actually sounded really good from the get-go. I hate people charging people for stuff. Exactly, Ada. They didn't do is annoying. Right. Well, they thought they were going to fix this apparently by just throwing some 3.5s in the dash, amp pro, and a 5-channel amp. So I will let her know. I hope she feels better. She was in good spirits the whole time, which is kind of nice. It was funny. The nurse says to me today, she goes, she was actually in a better mood when she had a broken arm before they fixed it. I go, oh no, see, now she's happy. Before she was compensating. She's learned that from me. It's like, they might have amplified the factory 6x9s for the boom bass. Yeah. Do they even have a dash kit for the Challenger charger yet? Actually, funny you should ask. Because it's an 8-inch screen, yes, you can actually fit a 7-inch non-touchscreen behind it. I don't know if they actually have the kit available, but it's not a really hard kit to make. Second kit that's available is that if you want to do a high 10. The Stinger High 10 now, they sell the kit that integrates the High 10. It does sit over the front, but it's a custom contoured piece. It looks really sexy. It wasn't the Challenger, it was a Charger that we saw that Phantom Chris, that's always here we call him Phantom Chris, when we did his video on his Charger, when we did the video on his Charger at Dallas Knowledge Fest, it actually had it in there. So if you want to go back and watch that, it's a audio control, audio frog Charger. Anyways, it's in the Cars We've Heard playlist. It has that radio mount in the dash. It's going to be very similar. Or you could go to, I believe it's stingeroffroad.com. And they have pictures of it installed in the car. So you get the big 10-inch in the dash with the knob. Any experience with speakers from Audio to Go? No. ATG? I mean, we have the boombox right there, but otherwise, no. Or even we've done a 215, or we've done a 2015 plus Durango. Yes, I didn't see the first part of the question. Any experience with speakers from, no. Okay, don't know that. Okay. Blackbird is I know it needs to be. Hello, Dean. Is there a way to identify and fix high pass filter with a DM810 and DMRTA. It's a Chevy Traverse 2023. Technically, it's an EQ, so the EQ can fix it. Now, the DM810 with the current beta software has the parametric EQ. The reality is yes, you can go in and you can fix. You can, and I use the term fix loosely because you're not really like going to make it better. You're just going to work around it, which is what a lot of the fixes are. The simplest thing for you to do is to just go out and buy a key lock, because the key lock will do it all for you. It'll fix any timing, phase, all pass, EQ. It fixes all that stuff, and just 2 channels, plug them in, hit the go button, makes it really nice. Joe, who's on the Kicker Live show every now and then, he has a Chevy, and he actually has, I think he has 3 of them in his truck, one for the dash speakers, one for the door speakers, and one for rear, because he wants all aspects of it. Now, Metra does make an interface for the Bose system, which I think works on the 2023. It may or may not, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty positive it does. I could be wrong, so check that. They may also offer that. Now, if it's the factory radio, yes, you can fix that with the parametric EQ. You can fix it with the regular EQ too. It's just a lot more work. But with the parametric EQ and the RTA, at lower volumes, you want to try lower volumes only because it just... But yeah, you can go over, pick a lower frequency, widen the Q, and that will do. Ideally, what you'd want is a low shelf. That would be the real fix for it, but that DSP doesn't have it. So you're going to just make something, pick a band, widen the Q, pull it up, and that's going to pull up all those frequencies. Don't make it at like the crossover point, move it over some, because it's got to pull all those frequencies up. But that will help compensate for any high-pass filters on the subwoofer. All-pass filters. Okay, so yes, there again, if it's an all-pass filter, not a high-pass filter, it will. The DMRTA is not capable of seeing that, though. That is the problem. That's why we have the IRTA2 that you can plug into the DMRTA currently, because the DMRTA cannot do, even though it has a Phoenix connector on the front that has 4-channel input, it will not read all 4 channels, because you have to sum the left and the right together to do that. But that's why we make the IRTA2, so that you can put it in any vehicle with an iPhone, or you can actually use the DMRTA with a... Actually, the only thing you need is you come out of it into one of the Kenwood backup camera plugs like this, and then you can plug it into a DMRTA. There's a jumper on the inside of our device that allows you to do 2 channels in. But once you've figured that out, then yes, when you download the beta software on the DMA10 and you know what frequency you're looking at, then you can sit there and do the all-pass filter and fix it or remove it. You're not really removing it there again, you're fixing it, and how you do that is you're applying the same all-pass filter to the opposite side of the car, and that negates the all-pass filter. So if you're wanting to do time alignment after the fact, then yeah, you can do it. With 40-watt channels is a 2-ohm 8-inch DVC wired and 4-ohm better than a 4-ohm. Same exact thing. Ohm load is ohm load, power is power. The subwoofer is going to act the same. So whether it's if you have a 4-ohm sub, whether it's dual voice coil or single voice coil, the performance of the two should be so minute. Like there might be like point something different, but it's to the ear, no, shouldn't hear any difference. I need a sub box for an 82 C10 step side. MTI Acoustics. They specialize in C10s. They have all that stuff preset and ready to go. Hump day. Dean Arturo. Do the new Dodge Charger front doors have a lot of depth to big? I have no idea. Honestly, sorry, I have no idea. I mean, typically the answer to that is no, because they've never had depth, but I don't know. Haven't worked on that in a while. Yeah, I don't pay attention, but I just by going with what everybody else is. Although, you know who you want to call, Arturo? Give Phantom Chris or Chris Brinkley over there in Texas by you, give him a call because that's what he has. He drives that car. So if your guy is Mel, then have Mel call Chris. There you go. They should be able to fit him. But yeah, if you want to know for sure or talk to somebody that has one. What would you do if a customer came in with an IS430 and all the speakers were dead? Would you charge them and put a 4-channel amp or no? My bad. This car is really confusing. I'm going to hit them for whatever I need to do. I mean, that's the reality of it. If it needs new speakers, new amps. The problem with all those cars is that when you really look at it, the amount of money it takes to fix the audio system kind of outpaces what the car is actually worth. So, like, it's really hard to do like let's say a $2,000 upgrade in the car because it already has that Mark Levinson system. So at that point, it's like when you say blown, are they blown because they're dead or are they blown because the surround is bad? If the surround is bad, replace the surround. Because it's hard to get someone. Because you really need to spend $4,000 or $5,000 on it to get the audio system to where it was previous. And in the car, you're just not going to do that. I mean, very rarely. We've had one guy do it. And it's like, and even then, we were still nickel and diming it just to get it done. And it's like, in the amount of work that it takes to do that car, oh my God. Think about changing my BMW 2005 series to ground zero replacements. What do you think? It's a good thought. Keep thinking that. What say you leave the crossovers off on the DM-A10? You mean 25 and bypass, 20 hertz and bypass? Yes, yeah. So when we were talking about adding the epicenter out of the A10 to the, so DM-A10 epicenter, leave the low pass, just the RCA that's going out to the subwoofer, leave it off. Leave it all off. Bypass on both sides. The new software will do that. Bypass on both sides, and so no top, no bottom. Let the sub amps crossover be your crossover for your subwoofer. So that, because the signal for the epicenter needs to be from 0, even though it's got a filter in it. It's got a subsonic filter in it, so you don't have to worry about that. They call it something else, but it's got a high pass filter for the subwoofer, so your subwoofer doesn't launch itself in tomorrow. So you don't have to worry about that. So on that side of things, it can bypass, but it needs to see up to 160 hertz, at least 160 hertz going into it to do the effect that it has. That means that you're still going to have to use the crossover on your sub amp. I think we have a video on it too. Hey, Jeff. Yes, it is. Dash kit for a 2015 Durango. I think iData has one. So maestro.com, metraonline.com, pack-audio.com. Those are all the places you check. Fro's chiming in. On the 430, I'm pretty sure you have to wait till the vehicle goes to sleep before removing the radio. If not, you end up with current draw because the BCM is always looking for the radio. Good point. So wait till the car goes to sleep. Yeah, oof. Fun times. Lunch break and car audio. I wish. All right, where we at? I'm just gonna go down here. All right, you're welcome. All right, listen, guys, I've already missed enough of today because of the hospital experience, so I'm going to get back to work, or get to work, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll answer some questions. We'll see our progress on the Bumblebee here, what we've come up with, and the things we've done to fix this nightmare. If you guys chimed in late, go back to the beginning. We kind of talked briefly about what's going on here. Thank you for all the kind words about Haley. Yes, we do wish her speedy recovery. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye. Hellcat is done. Hellcat Rescue. Hellcat 911. Big Cat Rescue.
That's a big
Cat Rescue. Tiger. What was it? Tiger. What was the name of that show? Love Tiger. Tiger Boss. Who saved the tiger? Tigerland. What was the name of that? Anyways. The Kitty Cat Rescue is done. So we're pretty excited about that. Let me show you what we ended up with. 210s, P2s in the back. This is the stopper that we add to make sure that the box doesn't slide. So that is That's like 3/8 HD. Anyway, I always get it wrong. HTP, HTHHM, homeless. Tiger King. Thank you.
Tiger King.
That's
That is
it.
true.
And then we made this amp rack over here to mount to the JL amplifier. He was missing his little JL cap, so we added a kitty cat logo to the amplifier because the car is yellow and black, so we made it yellow and black. That way it just kind of brings it all together. DSR1 is in the trunk. We use the extension harness, the XT4. This one. Hola! Anyways, to mount it here into the trunk, there's 2 factory holes, one there and one right there by the purple green wire. And so we have to build risers that come out of the wall. And then, so M6 nutserts hold in risers that this then attaches to. So you can pull those 2 screws, this whole piece will lift off, and there is a body control module here that you can easily get to, so it all still comes apart. Yes, this is a Zen enclosure. Yeah, so that's the Zen Challenger? What is this?
Challenger.
This is the Challenger. Oh, I got it right. This is the Challenger. For those of you that have a Challenger, this is your rear speakers when you have the Harman Kardon system. So you have a 6.5 that goes to a 3.5. There's actually 4 pairs of these in the back. There's 2 in the rear deck, 2 in the side panels. There's 2 in the dash and 1 in the center. Mm-hmm. And then there's 2 6x9s, which are these guys right here. That's what this. And then there's 2 subwoofers that normally sit underneath here that were blown. I'm thinking about silly things. Of course you are, Phantom Chris. You're Phantom Chris. You think silly thoughts.
Can you talk me out of doing a whole Stinger Rocklight kit with whips on my adventure? I think you should.
I think you should jack it up.
You should do it.
We should do Thunderdome style, Mad Max.
Yeah.
12-inch lift kit. Yeah, it's a 6.5 to a 2.5. So yeah, we'll be printing these next week. So for anyone that wants to take out a 6.5 and put a 2.5 in there, we got you, man. We got you.
Oh yeah.
This was the crappy wire they used. I don't know how they got that amp underneath the seat. Like it was wow. Those are 10s. Yes, these are 10s. These are some P2 10s with grills. Obviously, he likes to use the room. So the box is out of there. The factory box is out of there. There's no tire in there, so he has that storage space. He has this storage space. Tucking the amp over to the side here. We don't do it all that often. Most of the time we'll put it down here, but it really tucks in and gives them the most amount of room possible for this trunk. So the DSR1 went in. Did you grab the AR? Or yeah, the Amp Pro. So we took out an Amp Pro to put this in. And then...
Why would you do that?
The reason why we did that is, for one, we wanted to get a DSP back into the car because they decided to go no DSP when the goofballs did it the first time. It just sounded like crap. Mm-hmm. So now we have the DSR1 allowing us to DSP the car up. Packer Maestro for 4Runner. Okay, Toyota, always get Maestro. No offense. It's just Toyotas always get Maestro because they're just better. I like the harnesses better. I like the functionality. So one of the cool features about this is that when you go to audio and you go to EQ, this is not bass. This is subwoofer level control now. I can actually reprogram all 3 of these things to do anything I want. So like this could be bass, this could be punchy EQ, on and off. But I'd like to keep these as mid and treble just in case he wants to add more to it. But this is subwoofer level control. And then if you come over here to speed adjust, punch bass off, first step, second step, third step. So this is all the way up. This is 3/4, this is half, this is all the way off. So this allows you to punch bass right from the face of the radio, which to me is the coolest thing ever. Big fan of that. Hello, gentlemen. Hello. How goes it? It goes. Haley came home today, so that was good. Sue brought her home earlier today, so she's back out. I'm going to post some of the pictures of the reconstructive surgery they did on her arm later on. And Fernando is hopefully going to get a chance to post open the poll for voting.
Yes.
ANSI bypass 2 right. So now that's the cool thing about when you do like an Amp Pro or a DSR1. DSR1 allows you to do this. This is the factory amplifier. That means there's no ANC bypass required in order to do this, because the amplifier comes out. Now, when you're looking at an Amp Pro, which this car doesn't have ANC yet, but if you're looking at an Amp Pro, if you're taking everything out, putting all new stuff in, then you don't have to worry about ANC, because it's through the amplifier, not through the RCAs. Now, if you do a Sub Pro, then you have to worry about ANC, but the Sub Pro actually comes with the bypass harness for ANC for this car. And any car where there would be ANC, that it could be bypassed in the harness itself. So when you do a full swap with an Amp Pro, don't have to worry about ANC. It's not even a thing. If you do something like an A to B interface in a Ford, not even a thing. If you do a DFO2 interface into a non-amplified Ford, and then put like a DSR1 in there, or go out to another amplifier, when you reflash the radio, it shuts off ANC. It gives you the option in the settings. If none of you guys have done like the reflash on the Fords, F-150 or Ford car altogether, to do the stuff you do with the Russian software, ForScan. So the DFO2 has the same stuff built into it when you use an AR or use a DSR1, so you don't have to. The iData solution. But you should check it out, because it allows you to like keep the factory EQ, delete the factory EQ, keep amplified output, except give you a non-fade subwoofer. So there's all these options selectable if you do AR out of a Ford radio. This is a Dodge though, so we'll keep that. Hey Dean! On the Samurai, I mounted the amps under the seat and grounded to the bolt holding the seat belt button after sanding down to metal. Was it okay? I would never do that, but yes, it will work.
But don't.
There's nothing wrong with it, per se, but okay, so you could do it. If I did it, I get called a hack. So, but no, I get what you did. It's going to work. It's going to work 100%. That, yes. Yeah, as long as it goes frame, ring terminal, seatbelt, bolt through the top. Now, if you went frame, seatbelt, ground, then bolt through the top, no, because you still have the. You see the Oreo cookie there is wrong. That'd be like cream in the wrong spot. See you guys going back.
All right, buddy.
You have fun with that. Back to class. Back to class. Nando says no. Of course he says no. The reality is no, you don't want to do it that way, because it's not a permanent thing.
Yeah.
It
will work.
It will work, but I wouldn't do it that way.
Yeah.
Dean's a hack. Totally, Dean's a hack. Thank you, Lance. I've seen your work. Look who's talking. Wait, you can't see the wink. It was in the shade. A kid.
Now it's getting personal, guys. Come on.
Is that what they would call you? No. It would just be on somebody else's 911. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do that'll work. We know this because we've seen these. We've had cars come in when stuff is working. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's how it should be. You would never see the manufacturer of the car do it that way. And even though they're not the best sometimes, they are a good barometer in which to gauge how something should be done. So, terminal to the frame in the future, what would I do? Yes, frame would be cool. Frame would be really cool if you had the opportunity to do that in that car, for sure. Just use sheetrock screws. Oh, drywall screws all the way, 27 of them. Make sure you include the gas tank when you're tapping so that, it really locks it into place. 1937 Studebaker, what's the best way to retain my factory record player integrated into my new DSPM? You know who would be perfect for that, Fro? I would ask Nick Wingate. Because when he gets his new Metallica album, on record, vinyl, because he's accumulated a vinyl collection, he'd be the guy to ask, because as you know, and he posted in the article, or in his post, or somebody posted it, Record is outselling CDs right now. I don't know when the last time I bought any tangible music, but Positive Ground Kit is the standard for me. It is, and for those of you going, what the heck is he talking at Positive Ground? The name just doesn't go with what you're talking about. It's positive, meaning it's yeah, it's a positive thing, but it is for us too. Let me flip this around here. So for those of you that are like, what? This is it right here, and the only thing they sell on their website is this cool grounding kit. So what comes in the kit, it does not come with this. However, I've found this to be very helpful when going through double metal. Sometimes you end up going through drilling into double metal and then pre-tapping it, because this is a self-tapping screw, which I'll show you in a second, but it's still not the best for double metal. So it comes with this tapered drill bit here. Put it over something red so you can see it's notched. All right, so that's really cool. And then the reason why it does that is they have this, which has this cool little nipple on it that goes in and lines up with that, and it'll give you a perfectly round area cleaned off. And then you have your nut driver here. So you get your self-tapping screw, big self-tapping screw, and you get your star washer, so your locking washer. So this would go like this, and then go through the ring terminal and into the car. Now, if you manage to screw it into some crappy parts, then you have these nuts here that can go onto the back of it, and if you need to, like in a truck or something where the metal's cheap, you can lock it into place. So that is, and it comes with glasses to be safe, and it comes with this. Now you can actually go to their website and buy any piece of this all by itself. The kit is kind of where the value is at, because it gets you all of the pieces, and then you just buy what you're out of as you're out of it. But there it is, positiveground.com. And I'll just email them the bill so they can just send me their check. Speaking of bills, washer goes under terminal. No, it doesn't. Terminal washer, because you're locking the bolt. The terminal needs to stick onto the flat on flat. It's not, flat on flat, because then what you're relying on, think about it for a minute, if you're relying on it, then all you're getting for touch points is the part of the washer that sticks up. Okay, so it's a lock washer. It's made to lock the nut in place on top of the ring terminal. You want the ring terminal to sit flat on the car. Spend a lot of time on this one. Use a lot of grounds. But you want this to sit perfectly flat on top of the flat surface, because if you set it on top of the ring terminal, or that's the star washer, the idea is that it'll dig in. But not really, because what you're going to end up with is, you see there's gaps. And you're never going to, so now you have gaps on top, gaps on bottom. You're not getting a full thing there, whereas it's a lock washer, so it's made to lock. So that's why it goes there. I know. But hey, at the end of the day, whatever you prefer. But yeah, that's how it goes. Fernando?
Yes.
What time is it?
Right now, it's time to tell you that you can go into morelhifi.com and find all the necessities about car audio. Speakers, amplifiers.
Oh, don't say the next. Subwoofers, yes. Don't say that.
Subwoofers.
Because we got a box up front we're going to open tomorrow, which is going to be a surprise.
So much stuff. Even home audio. You can find that in there. But if you want to look some cool pictures about Morel, go here and Instagram. Morel_America. They have so much stuff. Even they have Dean and Natasha pictured in there.
Oh, that was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I have a picture of Natasha too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
She was just playing her phone.
Oh, okay. As far as, have you ever done a big 3 on a diesel, same concept as a regular, unleaded wire and only one battery? No, if you're going to do a big, I guess technically you call it a big 4, so you're going to replace all ground planes, is really what it would come down to. The only time we've ever done anything like that on a diesel was, we had one come in where the terminals were bad, and Ford was like 6 months before they could get new terminals, so we actually had to go in and recreate the whole grounding structure on the car. That was a pain in the ass, to say the least. That was just more to fix a car, more so than to add a new ground plane to it. But yeah, that's the only time I ever do that. Looking forward to seeing you next week at the CMAs. I'm looking forward to. Fernando, could you give me a hand with something real quick?
Of course.
Grab a razor knife. Mine, I broke all the thingies off of it.
Oh, mine too.
Did you? I mean, I got a little bit left.
Okay, that's the reason why I leave it up. Because we have to order some.
Well, no, we don't have to order some. We got some right there.
No, we got more.
Anyways, grab that box. I had a box show up. Speaking of CMAs, I'm going to be out there with Automobility. They call them Auto Mob for short. And they are the Canadian Rockford dealers. So they're the company that is basically Rockford, Canada. And so I'll be teaching a class out there, Modern Wire Techniques, Canada style, which just basically means I got to convert everything over to metric, which has been a lot of fun. I'm not really going to do it all over to metric because it's just too much work. But we're going to be building an amp rack, similar to what we did with ARC for Knowledge Fest. And so they sent me the R2 300.4 and the R 500.1. So those are pretty cool. So we have those. And then they sent me this in order to wire it up. Now let's just open this up right now because I want to.
It's a dual amplifier.
It's a dual amplifier kit. I've honestly never seen one of these, which is kind of sad because for those of you guys who don't know, if you have your Rockford stuff installed and actually use a Rockford amp kit, it like doubles the warranty.
Yes, it does.
So let's open it up. See what comes in the box here. I would hate to make you guys sit through another unboxing or anything like that on YouTube, where we look at wire.
All right.
We'll just do it here on Instagram. It'll be way funner.
So you got 2 distribution blocks, right?
Is Haley's arm affecting her social media? No, just mine, actually. Because I haven't been able to do anything else other than, be a good dad.
So
it's been hard. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff. We got another piece right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's terminals and everything.
Oh, yeah. We don't want to look at the terminals.
All right. Power.
All right,
power.
So
Ground.
we got a 4-gauge.
4-gauge.
4-gauge
Got
power.
your
Ground,
fuse.
fuse.
You got 2 sets of RCAs.
Are they both 2-channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
I mean, this is a dual.
Oh, yeah, I know, but you figure...
And then you got your 4-gauge ground.
Okay. What blocks do we have? Do we have just distribution blocks?
Just a regular distribution block, nothing crazy.
Oh, it's a 3. It's a 1 in, 3 out.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a...
No, I mean,
looks like a dress.
Okay.
Apple bottom G.
I was thinking more like a cup.
Well, I guess it... Oh, here you go. Wait a minute. Pull these off. I'm going to get an email from Rockford tomorrow. So if you take them and you stack them like that, there you go. Doesn't look like anything. It looks like a dog bone.
It was like a bow tie.
I don't know, but it's 3 and 3. That's pretty cool. I like that. So
yeah, I mean, it's just your ground and your power.
Yeah. All right. So we got ground and power.
Yeah, that's it. You got plenty of speaker wire.
12 gauge. Got some 8 gauge. Got some remote turn on. Got some grounded 8 gauge. We got a bunch of terminals here. Fuse front underneath the hood. Some maxi fuse.
And for you guys, what is the model number? Here's the model number right there.
There you go. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I have to make an amp rack that has these so that we can talk about modern wire techniques at CMA. So anyone going to the CMA, make sure you attend that class. It's being put on by Automobility. I'll be in the Automobility booth the whole time also. So if I'm not teaching class, you can come hang out in Auto Mob's booth.
The mob?
So
with the mob?
I should see if he can get me refreshments, like a refreshment cooler. Because they got me a couch and a table and a TV.
What?
Oh, I know. It's pretty sick.
Really?
Hope Haley's feeling better today. Haley got to go home today, so that's nice. So she's definitely feeling better. Hopefully she got cleaned up.
Oh, wait for tonight, bro.
Clean wire challenge next year. You're funny, bro.
Cool.
We got to start thinking about that soon. Instagram really needs an edit button, or just think before you type.
What?
I don't know. I think getting some new stuff and waiting on the time to use it. So this stuff, it's luckily this is going to have a very boring life for the most part, because all this stuff is going to do is sit on an amp rack and look stylish. So clean wire style. It's just to make an amp rack so I can kind of go over some of the techniques that we use when wiring up amps. Yeah.
That would be
All I
cool
know
if
is
they
since
do
I-
a King Water Challenge in Canada.
There you go. Well, I'm happy. Is it important to do impulse response helix? Is it important? No, it's not important. I mean, if you manage to get the image where it needs to be without it, like if you just manually typed in we got to put this on before I forget. Hold on to that so we don't forget. If you manage to type in the numbers for time alignment because you use the tape measure and you got them correct, then you're good. You know, it works. Oh, what's up, Casey?
Casey?
I think somebody stole Casey's phone.
What?
I said I think somebody stole Casey's phone.
Oh.
French fries with oil and vinegar when in Canada. Not a chance, man. No. Nah, sorry. I'm a French fry connoisseur. I'll do poutine if it doesn't have beef, but oil and vinegar on French fries, I'm not going to Great Britain. No. Yeah. You owe me money. Definitely someone stole Casey's phone.
Oh wow, definitely.
Yeah. That's funny. Or somebody found it, you know.
I think somebody probably found it.
Yeah, let's hope not.
And that's what.
Come to Texas barbecues where it's at. You know, all right. I'm gonna tell you what, Phantom Chris. We've been to Texas 3 times now? 3 times?
Yeah.
We've been to Texas 3 times now. And I have not once had barbecue worth of shit there. And there again, it's nothing. It's just, I got to be honest with you. It just, nothing. It's, the juice is not worth the squeeze. Everyone there is always like, bro, you got to try this. This barbecue is the best. Like last time we were there, we went to some overpriced barbecue place. And it sucked. It wasn't that good. Dallas barbecue is bad. Well, okay. Well, then when we get there in August, we'll get there Thursday, and you pick the spot, man. You pick the spot.
Who's picking the spot?
I don't know. Well, maybe we'll Friday night, because Thursday night we'll probably have some stupid thing we'll have to go to. But anyways.
Probably.
Ozona Pig. Yeah. No. Come to San Antonio, and we'll take you to the jam. So you want me to fly into San Antonio? And then, all right, we'll talk. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll fly into San Antonio. We'll go have barbecue, and then we can all drive over to Knowledge Fest.
Yeah.
If you're down, we can do that. I think I can make that happen. We'll grab Arturo. We'll grab and then we'll listen to him talk the whole time. Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Can we stop at Chick-fil-A so I can get that lemon thing that I'm hooked on now? Thanks to Brian. Don't even try North Carolina barbecue. The sauce is vinegar based and terrible. Ozona was decent, 7 out of 10. There you go. And there again, Jeff, connoisseur. I think we've gone to 2 places with Jeff. And yeah, I know that first place we went to was which we actually have in a video. The second place that we went with Jeff and Aaron, we drove all the way out there. It wasn't bad. It was hot as shit because you had to walk through the oven to get there. But it still wasn't like, like these guys talk about, like Jesus is sitting at the table with you.
Yeah.
I think they overplay it. I want to go to the place like, oh God, you ate at that place? Oh, and then be like, oh, this is the most amazing stuff. You got it. Terry Black's in Dallas is good. I think we've been to Terry Black's. Haven't we been to Terry Black's? I feel like we've been to Terry Black's.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was the place we went last year. I don't know, man. I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm looking for something else. And I don't eat brisket. That's the other problem, too. Because, I know, the other night when we had brisket, when we were over in Mesa,
Yeah.
you guys, how was that brisket?
Oh, dude, that was
homemade brisket.
That was homemade brisket.
Yeah. I had the vegetables. And,
pretty much.
Actually, the vegetables were really good.
Dude, the corn was awesome.
I don't like corn. Just on principle.
Corn was
well, yeah, but you like corn.
amazing.
No, I had the cabbage, the red, the green.
Yeah.
That was, dude,
Yeah.
I ate all of it.
Whatever she makes in the other side, that was really spicy.
That was the stuff with mushrooms.
Yes.
So
that was great too.
I passed on that. No, the green cabbage type stuff that she made was like,
Yeah.
I just sat back. I ate the whole bowl because I love
like
that.
the whole thing, and then he came out with like a.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys weren't there.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, we went off on a tangent. We were having a moment. Four Rivers. All right, let it go, man. Let it go. Oregon barbecue is the best. Oh wait, there's no such thing. Hard 8 barbecue. That's right. We went to Hard 8 when we were out there. It was hard, all right. Okay. Babe's Chicken was good. Oh, Babe's Chicken that we all went to. That was amazing. Remember when we went there?
Yes.
That was, dude, that was a solid pull. Like, good on you. I'll go there anytime we're in town because that was amazing. Sorry. South Carolina pulled pork. Puke. All right. Well, Lexington barbecue is terrible. Maybe it's their style. I'm glad it's burnt ends, Four Rivers, and let it go, Christian. Let it go. Lexington isn't vigor based. It's ketchup based. Oh, might like that. They changed the recipe years ago. It isn't what it used to be. It happens. I don't know, man. I'm not impressed. You sound like, dude. I gotta call Casey when we're done. Beans, greens, potatoes. Chicken, turkey. Okay. Yep. I'm from Salisbury. I'm hip hop, bro.
Oh yeah.
Famous Dave's here in the valley. All right. What's up? We should do TikToks with Metro.
We should. I think that would be
No, let's not say we did. Just heard about broken arm. Sorry. Hope she's okay. She's back at home. So she had surgery yesterday. They put a bunch of plates and screws. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna post up the pictures because they're pretty cool. Yeah, Casey definitely got hacked. No, there's no question about it. I think someone did steal. No, it's for sure. Yeah, he totally got hacked. So good on that person. So pretty cool. All right, listen. I would love to stay in chat, but I actually have some stuff I need to do. Fernando's got to get this customer out to the car out to the customer, not the customer out to the car. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday, which means we have the news. Tonight is Thursday, which means Hi-Fi Vega and I are going to be on talking about all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Check out the new Arc shell mount subwoofers. Also, if you want to check out something new, also check out the new Alpine R-Type shellless subwoofer. 2 new shellless subwoofers to just kind of hack to count 101. Oh, yeah. Check those out. If you're looking for something old and faithful, like, it's going to just be like, check out the Kicker stuff, as always. The Comp RTs or the new L7Ts are pretty awesome. That's what I got for you guys. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you tonight. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow at 9 for the news. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Does he know?
That's it, yeah.
Huh?
Nobody knows.
What?
Oh, you're live.
Be careful with that. You're a dork. Hi, Haley.
Hi.
How you doing?
Been better. Okay.
It's like family day at 5 Star, apparently. There she is. All right, so why don't you give us the story? For those of you guys that have been paying attention all week,
Story.
Haley hurt herself.
Seconds.
Pictures are up there on my Instagram and Facebook page if you want to see them. It is her arm, not her leg. Most people were thinking it was her arm. All right, so what did you do? Tell the story. That's what I said. It's her arm, not her leg. How many Chick-fil-A sauces are in them? I know, right?
I got them all. I didn't know what people wanted.
All right, so tell us what you did.
I was playing soccer on my regular Tuesday night, and I went up for apparently a great header.
Did you connect on the header?
Yes.
Was it
a great header, apparently.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Apparently, no. Either it was or it wasn't.
Score.
So it was an amazing header. There's no apparently about it.
And
So you got to tell the story better. So you went up for this amazing. I just landed this header.
It all happened in 2 seconds.
Okay, well, spread it out, make it fun.
Okay. I went up for a great header. Blistering run to get to it. Knocked the girl out. And then I fell and my arm went snap.
All right, so you heard it. I mean, you had to have heard it. I mean, it had to be like keeping you up at
it
night.
Snapped.
Like a branch, like a tree branch.
You could hear it. And I screamed, "It's broken!" Like you could, my arm was just like there. And I grabbed it. Exactly.
Did you sound like the little wussy boy, or did you like...
No, he's making it's a sound. Oh no, it's broken.
Yeah, I know, but he sounded like a little... Oh, no.
Because that's what they sound like in the video.
Oh.
I know what he's talking about.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Anyways, Drew, my soccer coach, who I now play with, didn't believe that I broke my arm until he saw it. He thought I was being dramatic.
As always.
It's just kind of insulting.
He comes strolling over like his normal self.
And
Come on, everybody, let's calm down.
Screaming bloody murder. And Clarissa, my best friend, took control. She got everyone out of the way and drove me to the hospital.
No, you did call EMS. They just took forever to get there, so you guys just hopped in and went because the hospital is only 10 minutes away from the soccer field. So we both got there about the same time.
She drove like NASCAR.
NASCAR fast?
Yeah. Down a one-lane road. There was a car in front of us going like 20 miles an hour.
Right past those Scientologists and right to the hospital.
Yep. Oh, that was such a funny car ride.
Yeah? Well, I mean, we heard the whole thing.
I know. She didn't know where she was going, so I had to give her directions.
Right. So I called you because I'm just standing there waiting for Sue to pick us up.
Yeah.
Who, dude, talk about driving slow. Well, she had to pack up all her bowling balls and, get them in the
You guys got there
car.
fast. You guys got there the same time we did.
I'm giving her a hard time,
I know. Well,
so
I'm
she can be mad at me
backing her up.
later. Will this continue? Will Haley's continue her soccer career?
It's just my arm.
That's a yes. Yes, we will. We will continue to add to the
Her hairy.
the bruises. Well, you haven't. I mean, I'm just happy you don't stink.
Yeah, me too. It's terrible. It's broken.
So sad.
But, and Clarissa was like, "It's fine. Nothing. You're okay. It's gonna be a quick recovery. It's gonna be a clean break." I said, "Clarissa, there's at least 3 things broken. I can tell." Just 2, but
You
Right,
like?
it was a clean break.
So I don't. I'm gonna ask you this. Someone's wanting to know: are you Ronaldo or Messi? Neither. Who's your?
if I had to choose one, it'd be Messi,
So who's your goat?
not Ronaldo.
No. Who's your goat?
I don't know.
It's not Rapinoe.
I hate that girl. It's not Alex Morgan either. Frick her. She's so overrated.
Allie Krieger.
Mbappe,
No.
Messi.
Oh, he's good.
Who?
Mbappe.
Oh, Mbappe. Yeah, but he's too new. He's
So-
too new.
I don't have one.
I thought you did.
Mbappe.
I mean, we've had plenty of moments.
It's not gonna be a guy.
No. Who's your girl goat?
Tobin Heath.
Tobin Heath. See, that was tough. Felt like I was talking to Fernando there for a minute, right? Yeah. Gotta pull these things out of you people. Yeah, it's family day at work, apparently. It's bring your family to work day. If I could just put them to work, then that would be great. Haley is the GOAT.
Yeah. I didn't cry.
That's not true.
Okay, I cried once.
Not when it happened.
No, yeah, I think the most upset you got was when they told you we had to go home.
Yeah, I was scared.
Yeah. Football is life. And death. And apparently broken. Your,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like the largest.
your arm looks like the FIFA event. Broken. Just broken. Anyways, so when I called you, do you remember what you said to me?
He said, "Dad, this is the worst pain I've ever been in."
Yeah.
He said, what did you say? You're like, "I could see that."
Yeah.
It's broken.
First, then you got a little
What did you
wussy when
do?
it came to looking at all the pictures of the.
I
Who?
fell on the
You.
slip.
Oh, no, I just don't like looking at those things because I know how much they hurt. Her car's not a manual transmission. Or transmission, no.
God.
I can't drive either.
Yeah, no, she can't drive.
Bummer.
Which is good because I've been driving your car, so I got to bring some stuff home. Yeah, totally using up all your gas. So, you good? You ready? How does it feel?
It doesn't hurt.
Did they? Okay, so this is a funny one. Did they use zip ties to fix her arm?
Yeah, actually. Okay, it's called a zipper, and it looks like zip ties that they stick onto your, it's like a sticker, and then they pull, there's like little zip tie looking things that they pull to like tighten your skin back up to close. It's like a little butterfly, it's like a fancy butterfly bandage.
The picture that you put with her hand like this,
The
that
Chinese-
was literally braided loom
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
in there.
It was the little
Yeah.
Chinese contraption.
That's
the-
what we use
Yeah.
for the work.
yeah.
Well, and it's funny because Clarissa came out and said she's gonna have to. They're gonna keep it like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The guy made it seem like it was gonna be like that all night. I felt so clueless the whole time I was there. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, but you actually, it's funny you say that because you weren't. I mean, you know, you were doing okay. I mean, you were just kind of nonchalant about it, which I was proud of because that meant all those years of me going, dude, calm down.
Suck it up. Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah.
Zip closer device like zip ties. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's our Iowa guy, our boy from Iowa, the doctor, sports doctor.
What did he say?
He said zip closure device just like zip ties.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mike.
Yeah.
Mike. The other Mike. It's the Iowa Mike.
After surgery, I didn't really know, like, the doctor didn't really, like, tell me much. Because he told me everything before surgery.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, I thought he was gonna, like, talk to me again.
Well, he talked to us.
Yeah.
You were on drugs.
Yes. But that night, after surgery, I spent time on Google, just Googling everything.
Of course you did. We had nothing else to do. So he gave us 3 scenarios. The perfect scenario, which is he gets in there, your arm isn't too swole, he can go in, he can do everything he needs. The worst scenario, which is he goes in, it's too swole, he'll make a cut to see what happens, and he'll just probably close it back up or tape it up, and we'll have to do it later, clean it up. He'll just clean it and wait and do it on Monday once all the swelling goes down. This is his new birthday present I got him the other day, so he's just like, his birthday's next weekend. Okay. Anyways, then the third scenario was he goes in, he does it, but he can't close, and you have a tube sticking out of your arm for drainage. So when you got out of surgery,
I was so
so he said if it's 20 minutes, then I can't do it. I just washed it, and he had to wash it out because it was a compound fracture. It actually came through her skin.
not a compound fracture.
Okay, it was an
Open fracture.
open fracture. Sorry.
Compound fracture is if my bones would have dispersed.
Okay, so yeah, there we go. Anyway, so good call. So we had an open wound, so they got exposed.
Open spiral fracture.
Okay, been down that road before.
Yeah.
So
I got into the recovery room like after surgery. And
drugged out of your mind.
Yeah, but I was able to like finally open my eyes, and I said to the nurse, I said, "Is there something in my arm?" And she was like, "Yeah." And in my brain, I was like, "She doesn't get the question." So I said, "How long was the surgery?" And she said, "It was almost about 2 hours." And I yelled, "Thank God!" And I said, "Is there a tube?" And she was like, I don't see a tube. And I said, "Oh, thank God." So I knew that everything went fine and I could go back to sleep. And then they gave me a nerve block in my shoulder, which was so weird.
Compound and open is the same thing,
Wait,
according to Mike.
It is.
what's it when your bone like shatters?
Bone shatters.
No,
I
there's a
don't
name.
know, a mess.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Compound open is the same thing.
Either way,
Sorry.
Mike's the doctor. We'll take Mike's advice.
Imagine you're
When I skateboarded, my body slammed on a half pike and... All right, hold on. All right, this is Christian, so this is going to be hard to read because Christian, yeah,
I don't want it. That would be worse.
I think it's saying he got a plate in his arm too. We'll just call it like that. I think he has one in his head. Love you, Christian. Mini Nando. This is Mini Nando, Baba.
Yeah,
this
that
is for
Mini
sure.
Nando.
Look how goofy he is. He is just a goof.
How can you even turn your hand that?
Oh, he's. I had surgery last year. Didn't tell my parents till I was over. My mom was pissed. Hey, I've been down that road before.
I pretty much did that to my grandma.
We had to do that to everybody because,
Yeah.
it's just how it is.
I also got
Yeah, the only reason Grandma knew you were in the hospital is because she tracked you.
No, my friend and his arm. So you beat up your friend with his arm, Christian? What the heck?
I also got this.
10 out of 10 wouldn't recommend.
10 out of 10 wouldn't recommend?
No.
Okay.
It's not fun. Like,
Definitely not fun.
it was very painful, like, right after it happened.
Have
And
you...
what?
No, keep going.
When I was in the ER the first night before surgery, so painful. It just, I don't know. I've never felt a pain like that before. And the only time it somewhat felt good was when I was in that thing.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just like, floating.
Well, like I stretched your arm out and
But
put
I
everything
was
back in
that's when
place.
they gave me the good drug.
Now it's going to give you the good drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave her morphine.
That is stuff is so overrated. It doesn't
Didn't
do anything.
So they gave her fentanyl.
Yeah, all on doctor's orders. All right, guys.
Have you ever broken anything?
I have not.
Yeah, I haven't either. I've okay, well, I have, but not in a conventional sense because I broke my finger when it got pulverized. So that was more like shattered it. Never went back to the.
Do it.
No. I'm just leaving this.
No, yeah. Go for it, bro. Can you do a video programming and hook it up at TR7 for delayed turn on and
There's
off?
that one.
There's that one. I thought we did.
Yes.
Didn't we do a delayed turn on with the TR7? Like
You just gotta
5 years ago, probably. You know, we'll see what I can come up with. I want to get the trigger from Metra because that does more things, and I think it's programmable, but it's more basic. So I'm gonna get one of those and start playing with that. She gonna have bionic arm and her Haley, bionic Haley, $6 million.
But the second night, I got a nerve block, like right after the surgery. So they like shot a needle into my shoulder, and this whole arm went like it was completely numb. What?
So Baba said,
I
"Can
wish
Haley
you could see
do?
your face.
Can Haley do boring life editing now with one hand?
No, I can do it with two hands.
You can't do it with two hands." That's okay. My plan this weekend is to set up your own Dropbox account so that you can get all that taken care of.
But so I couldn't feel anything. I have like nothing. So I would touch my fingers and nothing would happen. And when I would close my eyes, it felt like my arm was like resting on me, but it was like to the side. Like I was just feeling like weird sensations. It just
Nerve blocks are great, apparently. It freaked you out.
I was scared. It scared me.
So Iowa Mike calls you Nemo.
Yeah,
you get the
my
cast
little
off.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Haley. Can you have a bypass for the new ILX 509 so I can access settings without applying the parking brake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what piece you need to do that?
Micro bypass.
Yeah. The same. Yeah, that's a good call.
Why did it take you so long to mouth it to me?
I thought you were going to pull that one out of your butt. Yeah, so the same micro bypass that you use for the Pioneer piece will work on the Alpine.
Can you help?
So you can pick up micro bypass. Pack makes one also. And I think Metra even makes but it's the same one you need for Pioneer will work your new Alpine. So, and you just hook it up to that emergency brake wire. Casey's phone. So the other day, did you see when we were live and Morel Casey's phone was saying all kinds of bad things? That was a good one. You should go back and watch the other days.
Live?
Yeah. So
I was caught up in something.
you were you should have been watching. Fernando, what happened to Casey's phone?
He lost it.
When?
Lost his phone. In Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fest, so somebody find it.
Oh,
Somehow managed to unlock it.
They unlocked it, but apparently the guy went live
Yeah.
and they saw their face.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So
We know who has it.
yes.
Sucks to be that guy. Who does Casey work for?
Casey works for this
might-
amazing company.
Yeah, you might want to.
Morel.
Oh, okay, hold on. You might want to get rid of.
His arm is
Casey. Hang on, time out.
Yeah. Nice shirt, by the way. Turn around. Let me see that one. Look at that. Dang. Clean wire
That
challenge.
came out pretty cool.
Yeah, that was. You designed that shirt.
That came out pretty good.
That was your design.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you put that together in like 5 minutes, and I emailed it to him.
Anyway, so yes, check morelhifi.com so you can find all the stuff about Morel, subwoofer speakers, home audio. They have a suitcase with a speaker on it. So if you're traveling, you can do all that stuff. Or here on Instagram, Morel_America.
Yeah? Do we have a box of theirs we should open, or you want to wait till next week? Like, we keep putting it off.
Yeah, let's open it right now.
You want to open the box? Okay. LC1 for a Halo 9. Girl wants a volume knob. Honestly, if you want the best volume knob, check out the new audio control one. It's a little bit more, but it's 100% linear, so you don't have anything to worry about, like it having a rise or a bump. The LC1s are good for subwoofer, but not really. I wouldn't trust it as a full range, and they're also not as reliable. So if it's something she's going to be using 24/7, I would look at the new audio control. You can put it anywhere because it's a two-piece unit. You have the actual input-output RCA box that has an Ethernet cable that goes off to the actual knob. It comes with like a 3 foot, I think, or a 1.5 foot, but you can use, go to Home Depot or Lowe's and make it as long as you want. But check out the audio control knob, way better, awesome. I think you can, not that you'll need it, but I think you can do like 300 feet with the thing with no loss. So that would be my suggestion. Hey guys, for 2017 Mustang with the base model system, do I have separate tweeter speakers and use a crossover? Can I just use the factory wiring? The DFO2 harness. You can, but it's not. If you're trying to do active with or trying to do the passive crossovers, you are going to have to run wires up to the tweeters because the tweeter and the door speakers are in parallel, which is not a big deal because you want to do the tweeter wires. Typically, what we'll do is we'll just bring them into if we're pulling the radio out or wherever we're going to be running them to. It's the easiest way to do it. But yeah, if you're going to have to run your own tweeter wires, so. A lot of the times we'll just run them into the dash or wherever grabbing, so everything can kind of have a focal point or a main point of where everything's going to go to.
Solid.
What are you doing, man? Do you want a pillow?
No, my shoulder.
We'll lean it on the table. We can go higher.
No,
We can go lower. It's got a roller.
That's not why.
I honestly don't know. I thought there was 2 boxes. You find them? Oh, of course it's very heavy.
I can know that.
Is this a suitcase?
How you doing? Biscuit wants to know how you're doing.
Great.
How's the pain meds? How you feeling on pain meds? No? Yes? No pain meds?
I haven't really been taking any.
No? What's it feel like? You tried to explain it to me last night.
It feels like someone is like squeezing your arm.
Yeah?
Like now, it's not as hard of a squeeze.
Oh, okay.
But there's some, like, if I move a certain way or something, it's like a little sharp pain.
Right.
Like maybe where the incisions are.
Right.
It itches really bad. There's one spot right here that itches so bad. But my fingers feel like TV static.
They
So,
feel like TV static?
okay, like they're asleep or something.
Oh, okay.
Or like they just feel like swollen. When your fingers are swollen, so they
Yeah.
feel like that's what it feels like.
All right, we ready?
I'm ready, man.
All right, so who the box is from?
It's from Morel. Yeah, but we already said it.
I was trying to get us back on point.
I know.
Oh, don't make a mess. Ooh. I didn't know we had those. So these are a new product from Morel. Let's refresh. So we got these back in December. Well, we've been so busy, we haven't had a chance to do anything with them.
I know.
Hey man, it's
How
life.
do you resist?
It's been tough, trust me. So you may have already seen some of this stuff, but we now have it here and we get to play with it. So this is new Morel.
Yeah.
So these are the speaker rings, and so these are like their version of the fast ring. So you have this egg crate stuff that is designed to go into the back of the door or wherever you'd like to put it. It's really nice. I don't know if it's closed or not. I think
It is nice.
it's nice, very nice. Hey, dude, okay, greedy. And then we have the wraparounds.
Yeah.
So if you guys have never seen these, do we have a speaker?
Yes, we do. That's
We do?
the living over here.
I don't know if we have. Hold on, Speedy. Calm down. We gotta finish this box. Oh, so these, they have cool Morel logos on them.
Packing peanuts.
I mean, there's only so many places. And so they wrap around like that. Let's see, these say Morel. All right, so we got that. There's one,
Six.
two, there's 6 in a box.
6 in a box.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like, we did some of these the other day from said brand.
Company. Yeah.
And I like it because we can use them on any size speaker.
Yeah.
Like we were doing some 4-inch, so that was really cool. We
got that
have
one.
Morel. Oh, this just looks like a mess. We're trying to keep it off the floor, Sebastian. You know, because you're going to have to clean it up when we're done. Then don't put it on the floor.
All right. Get out of the bus. Okay, this is heavy.
Yeah? All right, let me get down here on the ground. Ooh, oh, look at that. It says Morel. So this is like a stealth.
Yes.
You have the aluminum on one side,
And
butyl in the middle.
Yeah.
That sound.
8 sheets.
8 sheets in a box. All right, there we go. Look at that. How cool does that look?
Yeah.
All right, so there we got
We
that
got
box.
one.
All right,
Can I bring that one?
Alright, let me open.
we gotta push it over here, dude.
Okay.
Come on, push it over here, dude. Come on, what are you waiting on? Push it over here. Come on, man. Muscle up, bro. Dude, you ain't even moving it.
Hands probably
Come
hurt my
on.
arm.
Come on, man. Dude, you need to hit the gym.
You're killing it.
Come on, this is like the sled. Push it. Come on, man.
There we go.
All right.
Open it. So
He says apply that and don't put the door panels back on. Definitely. So what do they call it? So
this is the matte 227.8,
of course, it's got a cool name.
and this is the
Oh, this is slow.
Oh, there's even more. All right, so this is the matte 22110.
22110. All right, hang on.
Oh,
Oh wow.
There's
oh.
more.
What is? I wonder what the. All right, we're gonna have to do some research and find out more of what the difference is. This has gold Morel on it.
Same, right?
No, I'm thinking it's different. It's probably one is probably thicker than the other. I have
This is 10.
to feel like one is thicker than the other. We're just opening these. This is the first we've seen them, so
Yeah.
obviously we'll do more review once we get a chance. We're see.
Oh, 8 sheets, 10 sheets.
Yeah, but they're totally different. So look at the.
This is a double layer. This is a premium acoustical.
And this one's
Treatment.
triple layer.
Is this one? Which one? That one is. That's triple.
And there's 5.
Okay. Not that heavy.
5 layers.
Wait a minute. No. Oh, this is 2/16 of an inch.
All right.
So they put. So they put 2/16 of an inch. So this is an eighth, and this is 1/16 of an inch. So the pretty stuff is thicker than the gold stuff. All right, so that's what we got. So this is thick, this is thin, and this is foam. All right.
And it's triple layer.
Yeah. So the triple layer is the foam, the aluminum, and the butyl
I like this.
with the white Morel logo. Does that feel good to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It looks nice. It feels.
Tell us how it feels, Sebastian.
It feels soft, smooth.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
Very nice, man.
soft and smooth.
All right.
There's 5.
5 sheets.
5 sheets, 10 sheets, 8 sheets. And
So 5, 10, 8, 6. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what. So that the smaller. That's yep. So thick, thin foam. Dang.
Now this is pretty cool.
This is pretty cool. It's like Christmas here.
And it's
For a
nice
car,
that they all have
yes.
different designs on them.
Yeah.
So it's not confusing.
I like that one. I'm not gonna lie. This is the thicker stuff, and that logo looks so cool on there. Yeah,
It's like attached together with
that's
that.
pretty awesome. All right, let me flip. All right, hold on. So there's that.
It feels bumpy.
Come on, you can get it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can tell this one's a little bit thinner than this one.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because when you feel the edge,
Feels
this edge feels a lot thicker.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we need to, we can break out the calipers. Yeah, he's
yeah,
totally.
He's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, totally, man. Right?
What?
Exactly.
It might be, Christian. It might be. But this show today with Haley's, it's a wonderful story. Look at that, she's already playing on her phone. Was brought to you by the fine folks at
MorelHiFi.com.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you guys. Bye.